All right, everyone, buckle up. We've got a fresh announcement to dissect, and it's all about the newly revealed character, Yaoguang. In this video, we're putting together everything we currently know about her, straight off the press. We're talking role labels, path alignment, leaked gameplay directions, the whole shebang. We'll break down what the community is saying, why this matters for your future team builds, and what this positioning actually means in practical terms. My goal here is to give you a clean, clear overview based strictly on what's being stated right now. No wild speculation, just a straightforward interpretation of the facts. Buy the 6,480 Oneiric Shards limited pack for just $70 at lootbar.gg. Returning users can also grab an extra coupon for up to 5% off, link in the description. Now, a super important clarification before we go any further. All of this? It's based on early reporting, leaked discussions, and player interpretations. This is the initial framing. Details will change. Numbers, damage scaling, skill rotations, resource economy, all of that is subject to tweaks during testing. So, treat this as commentary on the current conversation, not a final verdict on her live server performance. Got it? Good. Let's get into it. The core of the entire discussion right now boils down to one simple loaded phrase. And that phrase is this: Yaoguang is being described as an elation support. That's it. That's the headline. Every conversation, every theory, every debate is spinning out from that specific combination of words. So let's pick it apart, word by word. First, the support part. This tells us straight away that her primary job is not to be your main damage dealer. She's not the one you're expecting to see rack up the biggest numbers on the screen. Instead, her value is projected to come from enabling other characters. Think, stabilizing your team's rotation, improving skill point efficiency, amplifying overall team output, providing utility. She's the backbone, not the fist. But the real meat is in the prefix, elation. This isn't just a general harmony or universal support label. They've specifically tied her identity to a path. This is crucial. It means her support identity is being framed within the context of the elation gameplay structure. In practice, this strongly suggests that Yaoguang is not being positioned as a flexible, plug-and-play buffer you can slot into any random team and expect peak performance. Instead, the implication is that her kit is being designed around the specific mechanics, pacing, and interactions that elation teams rely on. Her strongest, most intended value likely exists inside the elation ecosystem. The logic is direct. If you link her role to a path, you're designing her for that path system. So, what's the community making of this? The reaction has been pretty consistent. A lot of players are seeing this as a sign that she's a structural team piece. They're drawing parallels to how other paths, like Remembrance, launched with their own dedicated support and carry units that were built to synergize primarily with each other. Many are pointing out that if Yaoguang is indeed the first dedicated elation support, then she's not just an optional bonus. She's likely intended to be part of the foundation of that entire team archetype. It's a familiar pattern. One unit, usually a future DPS like the rumored Hanami, defines the damage output, and another unit, this one, Yaoguang, defines the rotation control, uptime stability, and archetype consistency. Now, there's also been some debate on a technicality. Is Yaoguang herself a character on the elation path? Or is she a unit from another path whose kit specifically supports elation characters? The current phrasing doesn't 100% settle this. It just confirms her alignment from a functional perspective. So, the safe takeaway for now is narrow. She is support-oriented and elation-aligned. Anything more specific is up in the air until we get hard data. This wording also connects to broader gameplay expectations. Historically, when a character is described as path-linked support, it means their premium value is unlocked when that path structure is fully online. So, for players planning their resources, here's the practical takeaway. If you are interested in building elation teams in the future, Yaoguang is shaping up to be a potential core component, not just a flexible filler spot. Her identity is being communicated as system supportive. She's there to make the elation machine run smoothly. Of course, with specialization comes concern. A chunk of the community is worried about over-specialization. Some fear her synergy might be so strong with elation units that she's clunky or weak outside of those teams. Others are more hopeful. recalling that overly strict team requirements in the past have sometimes limited a character's early usability, so they expect her to retain some degree of flexibility. Both sides are looking back at paths like Remembrance, which essentially functioned as a closed system at launch. Let's be clear about what we don't have yet. No detailed gameplay description, no explicit damage model, no confirmed rotation structure. What we do have is framing language, and that framing places her as support first, elation aligned second, and not DPS centered. From that alone, a reasonable conclusion is pretty clear. She is being positioned as a unit meant to reinforce the gameplay identity of the elation path, not to compete as a standalone primary damage dealer. Why does this matter so much? It's straightforward. If elation becomes a major team archetype in the coming patches, then Yaoguang will likely be one of its early anchor units. She'd be part of defining how that archetype actually functions in practice. Interestingly, it looks like the support might be arriving early in the archetype's life cycle, rather than the DPS coming first and waiting for its perfect partner later. This suggests the elation framework might be more system-dependent from the very start. And here's a new piece of info that's feeding into this theory. There are reports that Yaoguang and SP Sparkle are appearing together in preset team compositions in test materials. This strongly suggests the plan is for them to be teammates within the elation framework. In simple terms, the envisioned dynamic seems to be Yaoguang as the support piece and SP Sparkle as the main damage focus in the same lineup. Now, the source for this wisely notes that elation mechanics can be complex, so the exact level of their compatibility is still uncertain and will depend heavily on testing. For now, we should view this pairing as planned synergy rather than a guaranteed, perfectly optimized combo. So let's bring it all home and summarize the current situation with Yaoguang. The announcement, she's been revealed, and the central piece of information is the elation support label. What that means: role, support-oriented. Her job is to enable, not to be the primary damage source. Context: her support capabilities are specifically tied to the elation path ecosystem. This points towards a specialized foundational role rather than a universal one. Players are interpreting this as the build-out of the elation archetype, with Yaoguang potentially serving as its cornerstone support unit, possibly paired with an upcoming elation DPS like Hanami, or with the already teased SP Sparkle. The practical implication for you: if elation teams are on your radar, Yaoguang is a character to watch closely. She may not be a slot-anywhere buffer, but a key piece for a specific, powerful team structure. Her value is likely maximized when she's playing with her intended pathmates. The caveat: I cannot stress this enough, this is all based on early framing. The how, the actual skills, numbers, and rotations, is still a mystery and will evolve during testing. The direction, however, has been communicated clearly through this initial wording. Yaoguang's announcement is less about a flashy new damage dealer and more about potentially laying the groundwork for an entire team playstyle. And that's incredibly exciting from a theory crafting perspective. If you want more clear, no-nonsense breakdowns like this as new info on Yaoguang and other characters drops, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. We'll follow this story together as testing data and real gameplay context become available. What do you think about Yaoguang's elation support label? Are you excited for a more specialized support? Or do you prefer universal flex units? Let me know your theories and reactions down in the comments. I'll be reading them. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Buy the 6,480 Oneiric Shards limited pack for just $70 at lootbar.gg. Returning users can also grab an extra coupon for up to 5% off, link in the description.